Okay, it's going on YouTube.
Yes.
Okay. So we are live. Okay, perfect. Okay. So we are really concentrate. So it's two foreign people in UK, one in Estonia, two in United States, and Spain. Okay, so let's go international.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I don't have any schedule for today. So if we want to start with some questions or any kind of arguing or things that you want to, anyone of you want to talk about, so I'm here to help you. Any doubts?
Do you know, Alejandro, I have the question, that's not from me, but this is from one of OPPT members about apostasia to the Catholic Church. Mm-hmm. And she just wondered if, I said, I don't know about any documents from OPPT side regarding that, and she need to create her own.
Yes.
She can use some of the OPPT and just create by self, yeah?
Yeah, what we need to have clear in general is that OPPT was an action happens between 2012 and 2013, yes? So this action also was made by 3 trustees, but every time we, any of us, use this document is applying the foreclosure, because surely they made the foreclosure, they made legal, but any of us could do it the same. Any of us could do the same process in 2012. We could do it also, you know. So means that every one of us is applying all these documents and sharing and communicating to the system. We are applying the foreclose of OPPT. Yes, this is from one side. For the other side, in relation with the apostasia, we have to do our own communication to the church. Yes. And there is few ways of doing, but it's just a simple letter asking for taking out us from the records. So what they're going to do is just go to the records of our church where we have been baptized. How you say it in English? We got the baptism, you know. So they will cancel. They will just put the cross, and they will send you back a letter, you know, saying you that you telling you some kind of bad things with nice words. You know, so you can send to your childhood church, and you can send also to the Vatican. We have some examples. Cristiano had one. He sent it to me also. I had one old. I did, but I never sent. But I will send it also, because this is also an energetical spell that we need to cut also, you know. So it's not about the OPPT process, but it's about the energetical spell made over us, you know. So we have to consider that everything is about the energy, you know. It's about the energy process made, you know, over even the social mind, you know. So any one of us. So we can see also in the situation we are living that seems like the people is hypnotized, you know. So they watch television, and if you trying to, you know, say, listen, there's no logic in what is happening. No, that's right. Yeah, everything they pretend to do, the people just reply, they apply, you know. So that's why we are acting with the OPPT documents, but at the same time we are acting against people that they are not able to comprehend anything. So if we come with the OPPT documents only, and they know only these 5 laws. They said you have to apply this law. They will not listen, you know. So that's the thing. That's why we are in this moment. So we are adding also other jurisdiction, lower jurisdictions, natural law, but we are adding also these kind of elements to give more powerful to any action we do. Yeah? And this means that we have to study more. I mean, we have to study how to use the normal rights we all of us have. For example, maybe Cristiano told me the other day that the Italians use only 30% of their own rights, only 30. 30. If you use 100% of your rights, even as citizen, you know, not as a living man in natural law, just citizen. If you use all your rights, you will live acceptable, you know. So we are using really, I don't know how much of our rights we are using, but not many. And you know, so that's the thing. We have to have conscience of what is happening. So we have to recognize all the levels, you know, the lower levels of the law, and also have conscience of the highest level. And also, if we can, you know, concentrate everything in one concept, everything is about making a contract. For example, with the church, to come back to the apostasia, to the church, we make a contract, you know. So we make a contract, and also if you see, for example, I did when I was a child also, you do the baptism, then you do the communion, I don't know how to say in English, then you do the confirmation. So you do 3 times, you sign 3 times the contract, you know. So you do 3 times because 3 times is a firm contract. So you accept it, so it's no way back, you know. So sure, there is way back because everything is based on fraud, but by legal concept, if I propose you a contract and you sign 3 times, this contract is closed. That's it, you know. So that's why also it's powerful to do the apostasia, yeah, because we are closing with this that was started from a fraud, and they are taking out energy from us, living energy. No, they are sucking our life in some way. I don't know if I replied to you.
What's the apostasia?
Sorry?
What is that? The apostasia that you just said? What is that?
Apostasia, Beata asked it about the apostasia. Apostasia is to go out from the church.
So it's a separate document.
Los battezzo sarebbe. Sbattezzo.
Sbattezzo.
Sí.
So you're sending that to your wherever you got baptized, to your original church that you got baptized in, or just the Vatican?
No, you send to your original church where you was baptized as a child, because they have the record. Yeah, you know, so you have to send a letter to them.
But I don't have an idea which church it was.
Me either. I know where, but I'm not sure. So I have to ask to my mother. Because, you know, they do the contract, and we are not conscious of this contract, you know. So they do the contract with us without knowing, as they do with the birth certificate. It's the same. So they imagine that in the old times in Europe, because all this idea of being crazy about keeping record of anyone is come from Roman Empire, you know, that they set up really well. So Europe developed this, and the church continued with this tradition. So in the old times, was the church who was like a civil record, you know. They was keeping the record of the people, was keeping who had this land, who had the job, everything. They inventing even the how to go? I have a when you ask for perdón por los pecados, how you said, you have to
when you go to confession, you mean?
Confession, exactly. So you so you do a confession. So they have like the most efficient Secret Service from the old times, you know, so they know anything. They know this lady who betrayed the married, and you know what is happening in the private life. Why they did that? Because they wanted to know anything, you know, and keep control of anything, you know. So if something strange happens or something needs some information, the priest, some leader, you know, go to the priest and say, what is happening in this family? I want to know everything, and they will know, you know.
To blackmail them, right?
Yeah?
They will use it to blackmail them.
Yeah,
later.
exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. So they could use, you know, or they could use to have information, because at the old times, everybody was more religious, you know, everybody was following what the God said. Everybody goes to confession and they feel that, yes, I need to confess because I did a sin. I'm a sinner. So I need to ask for, you know, so
Penance.
You will be surprised, guys, because they still go in Poland. They go in once a year. They come into your house, and they take your money. They bless your house. You have to show this is minimum, some egregor, like picture or a cross on the wall. Like this show you're religious, you are religious, and they asking about your family, where each person's working, how much money is on, about the neighbors, why the neighbors doesn't want to show up the priest in the house, is they believe or not. This is exactly investigation. Once a year around the Christmas, they come into the houses, and who is no like to let them in is punished actually later on.
Yes.
The church way, you know. That's ridiculous, to be honest. And
Yeah, but you
because
had the Pope. You had the Pope, you know. The other Pope was Polish.
yeah.
That's why.
But this is tradition. This is every year. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And you've got also like social pressure to let them into the house, because if no, then all the village around you, all the people, oh, she no let him in, and she's bad, she's
She
evil.
must covering something. Yeah.
Wow.
I have
Well,
a
you
question.
said what? In
If
Italy also, they said they come to benedict your house, you know.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
they do.
It's normal.
I lived in Italy 19 years, and they always come to trying to benedict my house, and I say, no, my house is benedicted by me. That's it.
Christmas, Easter, every time they came, of course.
do you have this document in English written, the apostasia?
Yes, I will set to Cristiano to share in the groups like this. If somebody wants, yeah, we have in I think. Let me see if I can check out, because I have to make order to some documents. But let me see.
Do you know that if is the contract valid if you didn't do all three? If you didn't do baptism, communion, and confirmation?
No, only you have to do the apostasy. You know, I have in English, and then I have one in Italian also.
Yeah, I need the Italian one too.
Yeah.
My husband.
Yeah, there is few documents. So
Are we
yes.
sending the OPPT, like the first email? Do we send that to the church as well?
No, we are not doing actions against the church with OPPT. This is individual actions, you know. So it's individual parallel actions, but it's to start to consider, you know. This was made, and also another thing to just maybe in some places we have to consider is to do it a psychiatric check, you know, to say that you are don't have any kind of mental ill or whatever, because in some places what happens with the all sovereign movement is that they said, "Ah, no, these people is crazy," so they pretend to to make you put it in some place because you have some mental illness. So it's good to also depend the country, sure. I know that in UK, for example, this part will be okay for now. But I knew from someone in Norway that was treated as crazy. I knew for someone in Austria also that they will try to to accuse them that they have some mental illness. So if this is an idea coming from the all sovereign people, freedom movements and all these kind of things. So if you can have this check, once you prepare the documents and send, in some places, it's there in case, in case you have some heavy interaction with the system and they try to use this way, This is made in more advanced countries, like I told you, like Austria, Germany, Norway, these countries, they say, you are a little crazy. Okay, we put you to the doctor, to the psychiatrist, and they say, no, you have to stay there and don't go out for a month. No, they treat you well, but they think that you're crazy, and they put that you have some mental illness, and then you talk strange stuff about legal fiction, and we are not, all the kind of things sounds crazy, So this is a way they use, to defend.
Have you seen them do this in the US? I've only seen them try to do it through the courts. Have you seen them do it in any other venues?
Yeah, like you mean in US?
Yeah.
I don't know. This is something that I think this was possible because in the old times, and we talked before OPPT action, it wasn't too many people doing this, so 1, 2 alone, someone was even able to go to court to defend themselves against the judge. There is few cases in US also of people going to court, talking with the judge, defending himself at the end, saying that they are in a special visit, don't doing anything the judge says, stopping the police when they try to arrest, even physically, like don't move because. So we saw these cases, and sure, after 3 times they ask you if they are not able to, to make you associate with the legal fiction with the straw man. So they have to leave the court. So the judge leave the ship, and so you win. So without prejudice, and you go. So that's the thing. But the key point is that the people was alone. Now there is more people, and because they are pressing more and more people is awakening. So yeah, depends the situation. Depends. If they see that you are not enough, you don't have enough knowledge, they will try to use this side, because you repeat just simple stuff, and they say, no, I'm not the legal fiction, I'm not this, I'm not that, and they say, okay, don't worry, here's the psychiatrist, don't worry, talk with him, and they close you there. Surely the key point is to, in case of extreme situation, is to contact with others, and ask to support, so any other people can send a support letter from their self-sovereign declaration that they support this living man who is in jail or who is under accused or whatever, So that is another kind of, and that's why it's important to, to build your regional group, to create a network, not only because of this, but this is one side, So the people start to waking up, so everybody's arriving slowly. We don't have lawyers to defend ourselves, so we have to do anything ourselves, but we can have the support of other living men. That's also the important thing. So doesn't mean that they will put in front or they will protect us, that they will support us. That is different, yeah? Any other question?
I'm sorry. If you can find the church in which you have been baptized, what can you do?
You can send to the Vatican.
It's
That's
enough.
it. You're Italian. It's not a big deal
Yes.
for you. Yeah, you send to the Vatican, we'll be there.
Okay.
Yeah, everything will be there.
You're sure that I am there?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Okay. And,
That's sure. Yeah. Maybe for depends the country, you know. But yeah, I think Italians just, you know, they have the documents in the church and then they do the copy in the Vatican immediately. So
they have it.
yeah, they have. Yeah. The key point is, you know, to say to them that you don't need the religion, you don't need to follow the God, you don't need. So there is few things you communicate to them, and you say that you don't have any contract with them, and you close any contract, and this contract was made without your permission. Also, you know, you was not conscious of what you were doing, so it's not valid, this contract. And they know that once you claim for that, that's it. It's true, you know.
Because my parents did that, of course.
Exactly.
I couldn't
And even
do anything. I couldn't decide.
Exactly. And even when you did as a child, you know, the communion, confirmation, all the kind of things, you don't even understand what you were doing. You know, just that if you don't go there, your parents say, oh, you didn't go to the church to do the class, to do, you know, even me. My mother sent me, and sometimes I say, I don't want to go. And then they call my mother, say, oh, your child didn't came to the lesson today. I say, no, you have to go. I say, okay.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
It was like that.
Yeah.
Right.
So we were talking a little bit separately about the community, right? And I don't, you know, I've spoken to now maybe 4 or 5 people in the USA working on their first email and everything. And part of our concern of sending it is like, we're like 5 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know if and we're all in different states. So I don't know anybody else in California. I know maybe there's like 2 of us in California. There's like 2 people in New York, and there's like 3 people in Florida, you know? So I don't believe that we're like the first in each state that have done this. However, none of us really know of any community. So we're all kind of just sitting here on our emails, trying to figure out the addresses and trying to like wait till there's more people, you know, but none of us really want to go at it without having any support, right? You know, 3 people send an email, we look like crazy people. 100 people send it, they maybe not so great.
Yeah, I think what is good to do because I see in the US group, it was the Spanish US group that at some point disappeared, and it was a lot of people really active. I don't know what happened with this group. But the US group is already more than 100 members, you know. But I think the key point is to organize, you know, to start to organize each other, to do little meetings, you know, to do some Zoom. That's why I'm keeping this regular Zoom, because it's to keep, you know, a base for anyone who's starting, you know, to keep more information there always, to use this as a meeting point, you know. So like once then people know that it's a regular. So I'm open to, you know, to share with if for example, if it's a group in US that is the most active people, you know, this could be mainly from this group, and then arrive others and we can join, you know. So that's the idea. So it's there's no division, you know, so we have to put it together. I can tell you what we did in South America, for example. At the beginning when we started, we were connected with Spanish people. That was good active. but strangely, I made one Zoom that this Zoom was 4 or 5 people in the Zoom, and little explanation about the thing, and these people was like amazed of what happens, so they call people to the next Zoom, So the next one was 50 people. So the day after, I say, okay, I put it on YouTube like this if you want to share to some friends. So from there everything explodes. So in a month we arrived to 3,000 people, like this in a month. So it was like a really incredible development. But I think also because in South America nobody knew anything about it. In United States, in north of Europe, there is some knowledge about natural law. There is some knowledge about common law. So the people, have some knowledge. Also, they pretend to protect their rights. They know the basic rights they have. That doesn't happen in the Latin, countries. That they, there is another kind of jurisdiction with the positive law. So I think the people is not completely shocking, but they a little bit know. So that doesn't make them move because they are focusing in other things. Like for example, in the United States, there is the question of the keeping your arm with you. Guns. So the people is focusing in the guns. The people is focusing in the internet situation, that they want to shut down the internet or not. There is people focusing in the political side. They still believe that some politicians, they can do a difference. They still believe. Why? Because somehow you're comfortable, So you don't want to completely destroy the system. But when you feel bad, you want to finish with this, So that's why I think in South America is getting a lot of energy, because the people get enough of the system completely, and other places. So I think the key point is to start to make groups and make meetings, even, like we do, because this is a UK time, so it's acceptable for us, but probably in United States you need to do the East time at some hour that's more comfortable for more people. The Western is another time, so it's better. So I think you need to start to create, a center for start to sharing the information, and this is, I think, the process to do. And from there, choose a date, and then do the sending in this date. And shortly, you can also share to all the other groups in the world, and we can support the sending. Like we in South America, we are doing at the moment with the South American group. We supported Cuba, Venezuela, Colombia, Uruguay. So all these countries was sending in the same day. So all the self-determined people was sending to the people in the in these countries, even from other countries. So you send their own email body, and you add your own self-determination document, So that's a way to do it. So like this, you are not these 5 people that there is, 5 people, but the rest of the world also, So that's why the network is important. That's why I'm in the middle, because I'm talking English, Spanish, Italian. So I'm, linking few lands, and so that's the idea, to keep in contact with anyone and to support each other, in any direction, because this also is the meaning of one people. We are one, So there's no countries really. They made for dividing us, but the reality is we are all one, and they are one. All this division is for us, but they meet each other. They do meetings. They do G20. They do World Economic Forum. They do whatever, and they are always with no real origins. You know, if you see the families, they can be in this country, them in another, them, you know. So they are also they understand that way. It's us. We continue to believe in the flag. We continue to believe we're, you know, supporting some limits. So we have to go out with this, you know, finish with this concept, you know, and start to link each other, create the network, and yeah, sure. Starting from the regional side, because surely you know, we are in contact with the same language, with the law, but it is commonly used. But then we have to start to transform in a word connection, you know. So that is my idea, you know. But I think is what is coming. What is coming is this. I don't know if Cristina, if I can help you with this thing. Also, Cristiano is really, you know, always talking, interacting. But I think that the people in the area have to do, you know, the little step further to add, you know, the next step on this.
Yeah, that's great. We had discussed state by state groups. So maybe we'll start with that, with whoever, even if it's 2 or 3 people in each state, and then probably just see if they can grow from there. I'm sure there's more people. I just don't think they're as active, you know, on the chat or with following up, you know, with different things. But maybe once we provide the, you know, the conversation, more people will get involved. I mean, the US has already been a sovereign movement for about 20 years, at least 30 years. So there's plenty of sovereign people living in and around the US. They just don't advertise it, you know, they just live. So
yeah, I think they need to put together, because the old sovereign movement was, I was by my own, I go out from the world, I go out from the system, I stay by my own, I don't care. Yes, these people is crazy, I do my own business, that's it. But now we need to, you know, to link these people with sure, all the sovereign concept is the same. We are just adding the OPPT action to this. So it's same stuff plus OPPT plus eventually the new action we are creating, because OPPT was made in 2012, but from there, or 2013, you know, from there until now, there is a gap. For example, we are studying what Anna von Reitz, she was doing, for example, in the United States. I don't know if you are in the United States know about it. That she was make few Anna von Reitz in so I will put a video that I received in the UK group, in the USA group, because we have to integrate anyone who is doing actions, you know. And the key point is that because she was doing actions in United States, but all the world is under the jurisdiction of United States, these actions have value all over the world, because we are under this jurisdiction, you know. So this also is important. Is key point to know, you know, that we can integrate with all the other things were happening. So she supposedly did an action that she said that any legal fiction is illegal and don't have to be used. She did a lot of things, you know, so you have to check. I will put some video that is better to start from there. Let me see. I put already in the group USA, England, and like this. You can start to, you know, check this. So that's the you know, so we have to integrate all the things we can do, all the sovereign movement, all the people who already is awake and know what is happening, because it's a war, you know. I think that seems strange, but they are doing a war against us. So we have to act like this. Sure, the war is also inside our own heads, you know. So we are fighting with our own individual prison we created in our own minds, you know. And sure, so it's a hard job. It's a hard job. Non-conventional war. Silence.
Why don't we see where everybody else is from who joined? We've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, like about 5 or 6 new people who joined.
Yeah, no, we have.
Does anybody have any questions? Then
Lady, Mauricio, Rocio, Zenek. I don't know if you have some questions, stuff. Sorry, but today I had my computer in, so I couldn't use any presentation today. But it's all right to have some chatty. So
I have a question, small question.
Yeah, sure.
Out of curiosity, have you heard in the past, since this is coming from 2013 approximately, what happened to other peoples throughout the time if they already did all these steps to sending emails? Does anyone knows what happened to these people? Like, was it okay? Were they accepted, or do you know anyone who already did this?
Yes, I know that, for example, there was a lot of people doing, but this doesn't happen from 2012, because even before there was this movement, you know, as Christiana said, there is, I don't know, a few millions of people in the United States in sovereign free men movements, in Canada, in Italy. I was in the social media of sovereign people. It was like around 2005, something like this, was 2 million, you know. But the thing is, you start to, for example, there is the movement of Kate of Gaia, you know, that, for example, she's extreme, absolutely extreme. So she don't pay taxes. She have the car with no plates, with no driving license. But at the same time, you are having a lot of struggling because the system don't recognize the living man. So if you see how is a case in the court, you know, so you have the clerk in the court. So everybody think that the most important character, because it's a character, is the priest or the judge, you know, that he's also a priest, yeah, because it's a ritual, you know. But really the most important is the clerk, because the clerk is considered living man. Why? Because the lawyer or the accused, he cannot even talk. He can talk with the lawyer, but the lawyer cannot take a document and gives to the judge. Cannot. Have to give to the clerk, and the clerk give to the judge. Why? Because the clerk is a living man. He can do whatever he wants. But they are legal fictions in different levels of legal fiction, so they don't have the capacity. They are not considered living creatures. They are considered dead. So how two dead things can interact each other? They cannot. Yes. So because they want to keep the ritual, for example, when you do something out of what they consider, the judge can say this is unritual. It's out of the ritual, you know. That's everything is like a theater, you know. It's a farce. It's fake, you know. So why saying that? Because they know this and they use this to don't recognize the living man, you know. So that's why until now, all people who was doing, even myself, I was doing stuff, and not everything, because at the end you cannot interact. And before the OPPT actions, the other problem was that maybe the next time I will do explanation about the trust, because it's it's important thing to understand how is made, for example, the legal fiction of the straw man is a trust also. It's an implicit trust, yes? So the old way, the way they do the legal fiction is coming from the living children when it's born, you know, the newborn. They take out, they say, okay, do this birth certificate. So there is a record. Your parents put yourself under the record, so under the jurisdiction of the government, and the government say, okay, because you put this living body, you put the records of him under my jurisdiction, I say, I will do a trust with this. So I will create with the same name, but in capital letters, the minutio capitis maxima, I will create a legal fiction. And I will be the administrator of this legal fiction. And the child will be the beneficiary of this legal fiction, you know? But if the beneficiary, after say is 7 years past and nobody claims for this legal fiction, the original disponent of the legal fiction, the newborn, is considered dead in the sea. Is considered gone, you know? So what happens is, so they take control of the legal fiction. You cannot to claim the legal fiction. And if you want to claim in the old, you know, sovereign movement, if you claim for that, they say, yes, you can claim, but I have the copyright of this because I created the concept of a straw man legal fiction. So I have the copyright, so it's mine, so you cannot to use. So that's why a lot of people, before the OPPT action, they use it to change their names, you know, to completely dissociate it with the legal fiction. The key point is applying being the eternal essence, so activating the OPPT trust yourself, because you have to activate. It's not there. Yeah, it's there made for these people. But if you don't do your action, it will not be active from your side. Yes. So when you claim to be the eternal essence and you do all the sendings and you communicate with the system to being the legal, to being the eternal essence living man, what happens is that you can use again the legal fiction because you are foreclosing the system, so they don't have any legal right to claim for the copyright either of the legal fiction. Yes, so it's complex. I have to explain you with the maybe with the slides, but yeah. So that's the key point.
You have a question?
Wait, we finish it with this.
I have a question. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Alejandro?
Hello. Yeah, I finished with this concept because she said what happens with the people before, what they were doing. So they was living a hard life because they was out of the system. And what happened is that the system made in the way that you are suffering, you are living, you know, with no comfort if you are out of the system, you know. So they don't recognize the living men. They cannot, because they are dead. They cannot recognize. They are dead entities. You know, they are corpse. Well, that's what they are legally. So that's why, yes, if you have a lot of money, you have your own plane, your own car, your own stuff, you can do whatever you want. That's it. But if you need to take a plane, that if from them, you might need a passport. And if you don't have, they will pretend that you have, because they have also the aeronautic codes, you know. So that's why, for example, when you do the universal path, you're struggling also, because the people there, you're not talking with the judge, that they know there is a natural law, that no one can stop living men to move, to travel. No one can say, you cannot to pass here. They don't know. So that's why you are talking with the last guy in the gate, and they say, without the passport, you cannot to pass. And they will call the police, and the police also don't know, so they will call the prosecutor, and you know, it's a big stuff. So at some point, maybe you can do
conflict, right? It creates conflict.
Yes, they create conflict because they don't recognize, you know,
Because they
imagine,
don't, but not only that, because probably they don't know. I mean, if you already sent all this information and they don't pay attention to it, perhaps they don't distribute to where it have to go, then of course they don't know. And then your situation, it's in a like, could be embarrassing perhaps if something bad happens.
yes, they cannot do anything really because they don't have the power, the legal power. If you know everything, you are centered in yourself, but can happen that you will not be able to travel, for example, you know, because they we have cases of people in the that they was able to travel. They lost maybe 1 or 2 days, you know. They call it the prosecutor. It was a big stuff. They was said the company gives a new plane, the new flight, whatever. But you know why to do this? Yeah, now because they pretend you have the vaccine, you do the test and whatever, you know. So sure, now it's more important, and now it's more important to let know to anyone about this. And also, if more people is applying this together, they will have to create, you know, the product for this niche, because we can become a niche, commercial niche also, you know. So that we will say, okay, instead of travel in 1 day to this place, I take a ship, or I go by land. It takes more time. I organize with other people. I pay these people to travel from here to there, and from here to there. For example, I'm in a group in UK. It's free of movement. For example, they organize cars to go to Europe. You know, so you organize with the others, travel with them. Sure, you will take more time, but you know, you share the car like BlaBlaCar, but with sovereign people. You know. There is Dolores Cahill that she's trying to create a flying company buying charters for people who want to travel under natural law, you know.
Really? Is that undergoing right now?
I'm a member of her organization. I contribute.
Do you have a link?
Yes, there is a link. It calls freedom traveling. I always forget. I would say, I don't know if somebody knows about it. Can share the link here. Mauri.
What is the name? Freedom.
Freedom. Let me see. Let's search.
Buen día, buen día.
Freedom.
Buen día.
Okay, let me.
Mauricio.
I have the email.
Hola, Grace. Hola. Intento
Hola.
entender, pero poquito. Pero bueno, despacito voy a mejorar.
Palabras claves.
Exactamente. Palabras claves.
A mí me pasa igual con el italiano.
Y de eso puedo darte clases sin problema.
Awesome. Okay.
Freedom Travel Alliance. Freedom Travel Alliance. I put the link in the chat now. Yes.
Okay.
So this yesterday was a Zoom. I couldn't join, but Freedom Travel Alliance, and she's making this like organizing, you know, this kind of charters for traveling with an airplane. But you know, so it's like a rent an airplane and do a travel like a private travel, you know. But if we start to be more and more people, we will be able to press in a way that that we become a niche, you know, for this period, because it's a, you know, it's a transition period from our side. Because also at the same time we can it's illogical to see that the people who support the system is the people who is dying. We know why, you know. Right. So why they do that, you know? Why they are killing their own people? So maybe they were trying to go against us, but no, they are not. They are going against the people who support the system, who accept everything they said. You know. So at some point, who will remain? We. No.
Yeah, I noticed that people are waking up from all over the world. They're posting in a like private webpage, perhaps. And then I noticed even some militaries also they are posting on their own, not on social media, but it's just other free entities that you can see it through Telegrams. From there, I can see those links.
Yes.
And I see that people are awakening and they're talking about all this. On their way.
And exactly. So we see that they do the marketing of sleeping people, like 90% of people who got the job. That in them, if you go to see the real numbers, it's not true. Even in UK, that they say yes, 80%. No, it's 60. Really, the real numbers. 60, and yes, 60 with 1 doses, not with 2. With 2 is even less. But so they do this marketing, and and we don't do the marketing. But at the end, it's much more people awake than what we think. Yes, and sure, anyone is doing their own little side. Yes, like for example, the people who made the VAX control group. This is another instrument that we can use for now in VAX control group. So that it's a card you can do to say that you are part of the control group. So you don't have to be vaccinated because you are the control group of the people to see if there is a virus, supposedly virus around, and if the people get the vaccine, what happens with the people who get the vaccine and the people who don't. So if you are part of the group that doesn't get the vaccine, you are a control group. So you said, okay, I started this day. I put myself in this record. I take my card, and yes, I don't have to take this because I'm working for the science. I'm so this also is people awake that find this solution and can help in some situations. So there is a lot of people moving in any direction. So we move from this direction. Other people move in the eco-village directions, for example, going out from the system. People moving in the homeschooling direction, people moving the parallel economy, typology of money, typology. So we have to, at some point, all of us will connect each other. So we have the information of the law. Some other people have the information from the money. Some other people have the information for make your own products and make your own vegetables and share the things. So at some point we will go out from the system like this. Anyone do the best from their position, so that's the thing. So I think there is a big movement, but nobody knows. There's no marketing around, that's the thing.
Yeah, I noticed.
So the question, Zenek, maybe you had the question, no?
Yes. Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm really fresh on this group. We met. Remember, we met in sorry about my English. We met on Central London.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
I was with my wife.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was really nice, this meeting.
Awesome.
And I want to ask something about my son, because my son in 3 weeks, 3 weeks, finishing 7 years, and of course I'm trying I'm on my way on OPPT. I'm fresh. I'm starting now. And what happened if I am to this time? I'm not due for sure. I'm not due to be free, and what's happened if he finished 7 years.
7 years, you mean school, no? 7 years school.
No, I mean, you said after 7 years, and start to be a slave.
Yeah, sure. No, nothing happened. You can claim for the stuff later. It's no big deal, because you can claim at any moment. But this is the concept they build, because they make anything connected with the maritime law, So if you are in the ship and you fall in the sea and you don't come back after 7 years, they consider you are dead. So they make the ceremony. They take the priest. They do, they put the cross in the land, and they say, yeah, it's dead, and you go to pray there, and that's it. So that's why they link with this, and also this is linked with the papal bull that Unam Sanctam Ecclesiam. That is a bull where he claimed to be the owner of the world, because was the Ark of Noah, and there was the first church, and everything around was lost in the sea. That's why even the Vatican is calling the Holy See.
Not reading about that. Yeah. That's true.
So so that's everything is linked for them. So they create this kind of logic, to give a reason, and say, yes, we give you 7 years and you didn't claim for that, but you can claim in any moment. So it's not a big deal. Yeah.
All right. So if I do the OPPT, he will be under my jurisdiction. Yeah.
Not immediately, because you have to do the projection of I am to put your son in under your jurisdiction is the DNRI document, where you put him under your jurisdiction. And also because we see that the system is they are insane, because depends which level you arrive. They pretend to don't care about this, So because we became the beneficiary of the legal fiction, so it means we can use without prejudice, but we can dissociate with this, so we can use it anyway. But they always try to associate ourselves with this. So one way I found to avoid all these things is to create a trust under the Jersey jurisdiction, and to put the legal fiction of your child into this trust. So like this, they cannot to even touch their legal fiction, So this is another kind of trick. It's a trick, They do the trick, we do another trick. Yeah. So it's a lot of things to learn about. But my personal idea is to don't give all the focus only in one way. So it's not only OPPT, but it's also all the other things. Because why? Because we don't know who is the person, we can say person, who we talk with, So if we arrive to talk with someone who they only know their laws, they don't care. And they call the police, and they pretend, and so they become, a pain in the, how So that,
someone maybe have the same situation like mine, and already done with this proper.
I have my child have 11, and I didn't did yet the trust. I have to do, so I will once I done, I will explain to anyone how to do it, I will share the documents and everything. Sure.
That's great. And last question. I have few documents on the first sending for the email, and I don't know which one is it, and I need some help to know about this document, which one I have to put, and I have to put this this all 4 documents in this email together or separate?
Yes. So I think we need to. I think the best thing to do, instead of do your own sending alone, and Beata do their own alone, and anyone do their own. In the case of UK, we have to, synchronize each other, and so we prepare for some specific date, and we do all together.
Okay.
And I think it's the best way. And in the meantime, we can study, because when we do the sending, it's not send the document. The document, because now how we act, now we have the government give us a document, okay? And then we move with this document. So we put the document in front of us, and everything we do, we are following the document, right? This is how we used to live. Yes, like idea, yes? When you become self-determinate, it's the opposite. You are the real one. You are the real living man. You are the real essence. And the document is expression of you. You can split on the tissue, and this is your document. Because
I have everything in my heart. This is not
exactly
in my mind. I have in my heart.
Exactly. That's the thing. So we have to change this kind of behave.
Yeah.
So this also takes a time, because we were programming to stay under this kind of being of like a lifestyle, so we have to transform this from inside. So I think that the best thing to do is to read the documents, comprehend the documents, use, for example, the I am declaration, that is spell cracking, so we are breaking the spell, because we repeat a lot of times, I am this, I am that, I am the energy,
Right.
I am vibration, I am, so, for example, it was a period I was reading like every night before to go to sleep, I read, sometimes I fall asleep in the middle, but
Automatically.
yeah, because then you're breaking the spell, and then these documents is expression of you. That's why we sign with the violet, we autograph with the violet, that is the color of the soul. We put the red stamp, because means blood, means living man, means life. That's all this kind of concept.
Important. This is most important than the feeling and the sending.
Exactly. And then the sending is important, because we are communicating. We are communicating that this contract they have from us as a slave, we don't accept anymore, so they cannot continue to act as we are slaves. They cannot. But it's powerful if we transform. It's a real feeling. It's a real embodied of this. So if we just send the document, like we send the letter or whatever, like a legal stuff, it's not the same. So this kind of behavior we have to change also. So this takes time. So we don't have to hurry about do the sending. For example, in South America, we divided the first sending in 3 parts. For example, so we didn't did military order, affidavit, and I am, and all together and send. No, we did really slow. We took like 4 months to explain the documents, to explain to the people. Did every week a Zoom explaining. I did like 4 hours Zoom. I generally do 4 hours in Spanish, so like the people is asking a lot of questions, so, and then everybody share the stuff. And so we have a lot of groups of people that they already have the knowledge, and they help to evacuate any doubt to the others. So it's like a long process. So we did, for example, what we did is the first sending was military order and that's it. And the body and the email body, so you put your name, and that's it. We're sending this. Why? Because you don't have to autograph. You don't have to personalize. but you have to interiorize, you have to embody the meaning of what is happening, because you are activating the OPPT trust, because the trust is there, but it's not there because it's not already working. Work because you activate.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was process. If you send document after document, it was process to change their mind.
Exactly. Yeah. So then after like a month and a half, we sent again these 2 documents plus the affidavit. And we did a month explaining how to sign, how to autograph the affidavit, why to autograph, how to personalize. For example, we decided to do it in a violet color, the affidavit. What is the meaning? So we did Zoom just for reading the documents, public, So there is in YouTube like 2 hours of reading the affidavit. Slowly, somebody is reading and everybody's listening in the live, And then we do questions and we respond. And so then before to do the sending, you take your time, read the documents, put your energy, and then you do the sending, And this is powerful. This is really, and
I feel that this is really powerful.
Exactly. That is what we need to do. So, and if we do it together, it will be so, for example, we wait months until feel that it was a kind of support for individuals to keep, this sending and have enough power to do it, So that is what we need. We need, yes, it's individual process, it's individual action, but if we do it together, we are creating the we are acting as one. So our power is, we stop the system, and then after that we need to do other actions. We need to add other elements, not only OPPT, but the energy we will put in this will be strong to give a first slap to the system,
I have a lot of friends about me, and could you give me some universal sentence to tell them about OPPT?
But what I said, like is I want to, and I used to say, and the people say me, you are crazy. What are you talking about? I used to say that.
I'm worried about that, because they tell me, are you from another planet or what?
Yeah, you're crazy. But I used to say, listen, you believe you are in, your government is a state, right? And a state of right, and there is the law and there is stuff, but really it's a corporation, it's a private corporation, and it's under the jurisdiction of this record in Washington, yes? And because it's a corporation, they care only about making money, they care only about their own interest, and the president you believe to vote is just there to make you believe they are there, but the program is already made, So that's the thing. Yeah. So that's the introduction. I use this as introduction. This is my introduction, So everything is just a theater, but they don't care about who is bought, because the program is the same. It's the only thing that changes how they're telling to you. But what they have to say, the important thing, will be the same always. And imagine, for example, in Argentina and in Uruguay, we found the law that was released in the case of Argentina in '59. The law that put any government under the corporation, that is a law, internal law, and any government gives a document that they accept with no reserve any choice of this corporation that is above, that is a bank, control it from what, and it's a law, and it's public, and I show it in one Zoom. It's a law, So they tell you in the face, but the people still believe. So if they say active, imagine that before, was fake, but they make it a law. from 59, okay, we can imagine that any government that came was under the control of this corporation that was a branch of the World Bank, a branch of the World Bank, you know, and
Right.
this branch decide which direction have to make the country, you know, and is made in the law. So which kind of power had any kind of government coming from 59 above? No one, you know, but the people still believe that they're voting for someone, and the law is there, is public, still today is active, you know. This is in case of Argentina, for example, you know. So even in case of UK, I show, even in the other Zoom, I show it that there is a document that they say that the United Kingdom is under the jurisdiction of the Security and Exchange Commission of Washington, D.C. This is official document. They tell you. So, and you know also that even the Queen, if she want to join, she want to go to the City of London, she have to ask for permission, you know. She's not able because it's a foreign country. It's not UK.
Right.
And London also, London, it doesn't call London. It calls Westminster. Yes?
Westminster,
outside of the city is Westminster. It's not London. So we always call London, but it's not. London is only 1 square mile. The city, they call it City of London, this square mile in the center. That's it. Outside of there is the city of Westminster. That is not London, but we used to call London. You know, we don't know, but they tell you because it's everywhere. When they make a fine, they call City of Westminster. They don't say City of London. You know? Yeah, and everything is like this. They tell you, but we don't see. They tell you everything, but we don't see because we say, okay, maybe this is just a regional staff or a little office. No, this is the legal structure they tell you every time, but seems that we are not able to see. So you can also, with the English people, if you are talking with English people, you can also explain that stuff. You can show the official things, and they can say, okay, what happened is in 2012, it was 3 lawyers that discovered that, and they make documents under natural law and the UCC code, that is the code that rules all the government under the records of the Security and Exchange Commission. And from there, any of us that wants to be free, we can activate this trust, because this trust was made in this moment. But surely, if we don't, if they can do it, they can claim whatever they want. But sure, if there is 3 people, they can do all the legal thing you want, but it's just 3, you know. So we need, any of us have to activate the trust. Any of us have to make the, you know, the said this is a trust that foreclosed the government, and we also activate. Any of us have to do that, and then we have to do more actions, other things we are studying, because from there to now, the system now is attacking. So we need to do our own actions to I would say, I can say even attack, you know. It's not that maybe the right word, but yeah, we have to attack with the legal way also. So it's not only about OPPT. There is a lot of stuff we have to use, and there is a lot of things we have to, you know, put together and say, okay, we don't consent this, we don't consent that, and we have to use the language they understand. Because if we act only as a living man, as I told before, for example, like the grace question, you know, they can say yes, but I cannot to interact with the living man. The living man is there, and I don't have the power because I'm a dead body. I'm a corpse, you know. So I cannot to interact with the living man. So you have to use my language if you want to pretend something from me. That's why in the case of OPPT they use it, the affidavit, because the military order is an affidavit. Yeah. And also they replicate the same stuff in the UCC. That is the code that the system understands, and also is the code that any other country understands also. Understand is stand under, yes?
Stand under, yeah.
Yeah. So they stand under the UCC, any other government, even the international law, stay under the UCC code, because any interaction of any government, because any government put themselves under the record of the UCC, of the Security and Exchange Commission, the code that rules the Security and Exchange Commission is the UCC. So this is legally valuable for any other government. Sure, they don't know, because if you talk to, in higher level in UK, they know. Maybe higher level in Canada, they know. In higher level in Spain or Italy, they know. But medium, low level, they don't know. So you have to add other legislation to tell them, listen, this is the main, and then this is all the other stuff. So what you don't understand, as I tell you before, in Italy, they seems to use only 30% of their legal rights. Only 30.
Only 30?
Yeah. And normal people apply and pretend to use only 30% of their legal rights. And I think in any country is more or less like this, So if you use 100% of the legal rights we already have, even under the constitutions, under the positive law, under the, all this structure, if we use 100%, it will be another life. So we need to use this 100% plus natural law, plus OPPT, plus whatever we can find to apply and to, to stop. So we cannot to only say, yes, there is OPPT and that's it. So if we want to use the system and get results, they can easily say, yeah, but with the living men, we don't have anything to say. So at the end, they will continue. Why the system is like this? It's because any of us recognize that it's like this, and how we can change this. If we go to some lower level in the legal system, or even in the structure, in the supermarket, that there is the guy that says you have to put the mask and say yes, but this is the law that tell me that I don't have to put the mask with this reason. And also I communicate you that what this government say that is here also was foreclosed by OPPT action and by me, because I activated the trust also, So you have to know that I tell it to you because it's the only thing you know, but I know this and I know more. So this is the only way we can turn the people, because we don't have to see these people as our enemy. We have to see these people that they don't know, and even they have fear. Yeah, and this is the only way. The only people can do this is us, that we know. If we pretend to arrive to the guy, imagine the difference. Arrive to the guy, said, I have to put the mask. And I said, no, because of OPPT for close. What is OPPT? One people's public trust. And what is a trust? I don't care. You have to put the mask.
Yeah.
No, I don't. No, because of OPPT. So what happens? Nothing.
Nothing happens.
Nothing. Yes.
You have to respect him.
Exactly. And then you fight with him and he don't understand. And he also becomes angry and call the other guys and they punch you. And that's it. And if you're in Australia, they take you in the jail immediately.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So what we can do, we have to know the law, their law. And also we have to know all the other law. So we have to apply everything, because we have to stop these people to pretend to apply the law when there is not the law. And also why? Because if we don't understand, we don't recognize, we don't study also this law, then we'll change it. Because now this we can use in our favor. For example, basically in Italy, all this law about the vaccination and the green pass and whatever, there is a Article 9 that confirms what the European Union said, that they cannot to discriminate, they cannot to. So at the end of all the articles, if you read the things and they just nominate the articles, so you go to the European stuff, read the articles and say, listen, all these things don't have any value, because here is applying by legal fonts. So there is fonts, different levels of legals. So because the European Union have more powerful of the internal administrative law, for example, in the case of Italy, I can say that all what they say here is in contradiction with this law, and also is ratified at the end of the last article is this, that they say, anyway, the valuable thing is what the European Union said. So once is that, I know this, and I use it my rights from their point of view, and then I can say, listen, so I'm applying this, that is the real law for you, and also I communicate you that this government that creates all these things is not a government, it's a private corporation, and was foreclosed by OPPT and also by me, because I'm using these tracks. You know, so we have to start to end, even if this guy stay with this, you know, because will be a big stuff to apply in the 9 point, and they will not be able to do anything when you apply their laws, you know. So at the moment, this law is helping us. So we need to know that, use it, and the people will start to stop. And then we give also extra information about OPPT and all the other things. So we need to, you know, open. So sure, it's a hard way to study. For you, it's easy because everybody's focusing in one country. I'm focusing in Italy, in Spain, in South America, in Argentina, and UK. So I'm like all the time, yeah. But
very busy guy.
yeah. But you know, this is something we have to do. We have to imagine that we are how is said our mission in somehow is to inform the other people that the basic law of any government is here to protect us, and all these things is not applying the real law, you know, because everything they are doing is a fake, you know, it's just a administrative acts that don't have any power.
Yeah.
Wasn't approved. Everything is made by emergency. The emergency is finished. You know, all these things. So we have to use the law that exists. And then also we have to use the other law and the natural law and know what we are moving under honor. We know we are not damaging anyone. We know we are not creating any fraud. We know we are not blocking anyone for the free will, you know. So all that kind of things we know we are not doing. And we accept that if the people want to go with the mask, yes, it's their choice. We don't go there. But if they pretend to change my free will from their like crazy stuff, no, I do not consent. And I use anything I can use to protect myself from this. Not only OPPT. Because if I know OPPT, it took a lot of time to understand. Imagine these people who have fear of the existence of the supposedly virus that nobody found ever in the history. You know, imagine what they can understand if we say, no, because of OPPT. They say,
I think we have to start use our energy from inside. If you feel you are right, your energy telling to everyone you are free and no one attack you.
Yes,
I think like this.
Yeah. I was using this, but sometimes there is people that, you know, they yeah. So we have to have also this understanding, not only the energy, yes, and spreading, but also because we have this energy, it's because also we know we have the knowledge. That's the key point. The knowledge gives, you know, this aplomb, this you know, this center, you know.
Yes.
The knowledge gives us the center, and so we can spread that because we are in the side of the truth. Why? Because we have the knowledge, and because we did the effort, you know, to go deep and to, you know, dig into the what is the meaning of what is happening, where we are living. That is our mission. Any one of us we are in a video game. We are in a kind of video game, and we have difficulties levels, you know. So we have to pass through. So we are passing this it's a high difficult level. Imagine to go into a video game that nothing happened, everything is okay. It's so boring.
This is we have to learn everything. Yeah,
exactly. So we came here to have a high grade of difficulties.
Yeah,
and so this is the thing. So we are passing for this, you know. I don't know if I explain you, give you some points to start the chatting with the with the people.
for sure. If I learn enough, maybe like you, I'm gonna teach people as well.
Yeah, and consider that in UK, for example, in UK, any like lower police knows that there is the double system working together. They know that there is a common law, natural law, and the law of the corporation, and you can claim for that in any moment, and they will accept it. For example, I never used the mask, only 1 week, and then anyone came to me and they said, I'm exempt. Okay. Somebody come to me and said, you have to show me your badge, and say, no, because of the privacy, I don't have to show to anyone. This is my personal information, and I don't want to show with anyone. I have in my bag, in my pocket, and I only going to show it to the sanitary if I want to, in case of emergency only. And that is my right. Oh, okay, excuse me. That's it.
Yeah, I was using this special stick. I'm exempt, and no one asked me why.
Yeah. But I never take it, nothing, you know. But somebody came because somebody watched me like, but as you know, yes, some police, some like not police, as in control in the supermarket come to me and say, you have to wear a mask. I say, no, I'm exempt. No, but show me your badge. No. Privacy. I have the privacy, and I you know. So that's why I mean that I didn't use it, OPPT. I didn't say anything about OPPT. Why? You know, because if I were talking with OPPT, these people would never understand.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's it. Yeah,
exactly. So we have to be clever. You know, we have to be clever, and that's why I said we have to study the OPPT stuff. That is a mind-blowing thing. But at the same time, we have to add all the other things, use all the laws that still exist, that they can protect us, you know, use 100% of this, plus all the other things. And so from there, if any of us do this, the system finish, they will become what they really are. This just some group, private corporation that release a service. So if we want a service from them, we will buy the service. If not, we will not buy the service from them. That's it. This is what they are. This is what they are.
This system is dying slowly, and I think few years and will be finished.
Yeah. But they don't want to die. They want to die. They know they are killing, you know, artificially, and they want to make with us a new contract to stay under and keep us continues to be sleeping, you know, not us, but the main people. And sure, they are using technology. They're using technology to brainwash, but real technology, deep technology, you know, the graphene oxide and all that kind of thing they are doing with the 5G antennas and whatever, you know. So they know they can just put thinking into your brain. They can do it without the graphene. You know, with the graphene will be more effective, you know.
What do you think about the system Gesara?
I think that there is another lie.
Another system.
Yeah. Because imagine the main stuff is come back to the golden golden standard. Yes. Now we know that we can create from nothing the money. So we are going again to a limited amount of gold again. So why we have to be limited if we are unlimited? Why? Come back to the limited. If we are unlimited, we can decide to create the money like this. Why the money exists? Why the money is still around? Because we accept like anything else. If we tomorrow decide to don't accept this banknote with the queen face, and we decide to create another stuff, you know, like this with the, I don't know, we decide to exchange with this. Okay, I have 10 of these, I give you 10, you give me 5, we use this. That's it. Everybody accept this, it's done. You know, sure, it's a stupid thing. It's a big stuff to study, you know, but basically exists because we accept, you know, so we can create another way of interact between us, and that's it, you know. So it's a process of comprehension, and we start from the legal and from the apply our rights from any jurisdiction, and then once we start to, you know, have this knowledge, this conscience, we can move to the next step. So, for example, decide to exchange each other, because everything we do, there is somebody in the middle. There is always the government. Even the money is not ours, it's them. So there is always them in the middle. That's why
at this moment, yes.
That's why they pretend we pay, you know, the taxes, because we are using their system, you know. So because it's there, they control and they decide. They said, okay, if you want to use this, you have to pay for it. So a part of what you get is mine. You have to give me back because it's mine. It's not yours. It never will be yours. They can close your bank account tomorrow like this with a click, and you cannot do anything. They did in entire countries. They did in Greece. They did in Cyprus. They did in Argentina also, you know, like this. Just they close the bank and that's it. You cannot take out the money. Yeah, because it's not your money, it's their money. So we can also decide to create our own money, and that's it. And we can build it, and every of us accept it, and it's gone. But they can do anything about it. But how to do this? We have to know the law. Why? Because they say, we are terrorists. But if we know the law, we know natural law, we know the position, the legal status we are, they cannot to say, this is terrorist people. No, they cannot, because we know who we are, which status we have. So they cannot to say these people is making like illegal money. No. Understand? So that's why it's important to start to create the first step into the legal comprehension, because this is the base for the other stuff.
I think this is the best part of my life, because I'm coming to this OPPT. I think I born for that.
Any of us born for that. Any of us both, not only for the OPPT stuff, but for, you know, for do all this changing and for create this kind of work we want to see. Because until now we were creating the creation of somebody else. They are not able to create.
And we're creating for someone else, not for ourselves.
Exactly. So they induce a creation of us. So we are creating for them. So now we have to get the consciousness to create what we want for ourselves and synchronize each other to create the world we want to see. That's the main stuff, you know. So we are in the creation class.
Exactly.
Thank you very much for your.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cedric.
Word.
Thank you. Some other questions? So admin.
I think someone helped me to choose which one documents I have to send, and then we send together or wherever, or you prepare something.
Yeah, I think we have to prepare to do more. I'm doing this Zoom. At some point, we will concentrate the UK people and say we decide a date, and we, you know, organize the the folders and other things, the directions, as we did in South America, in Argentina, Spain, in Italy. So we all together, vroom, do the sentence. I think is a.
I have the last question.
Yeah.
If I do in UK, can I do straight away in Poland?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I think one movement.
You can do both. For example, I did in Italy and I did in Argentina. I didn't did yet in UK because I want to do it with all together, you know.
Oh yeah,
So yeah,
good,
and
good
yeah,
idea.
I did with the in Italy I did okay alone, but in South America I did with anyone. So we have more than 700 already people making in the same day. Yeah.
In same day.
Yes.
Wow.
So it was
Very
powerful. Powerful.
Yeah.
This is powerful.
700.
Can you imagine if it will be 7,000 or 70,000?
Yeah, I think it will arrive.
It can happen in 1 year, maybe in a few months.
Yes, in Argentina we have 8,000, more than 8,000 in the Telegram group.
Wow.
More than 8,000, and because we divide in few parts, the final part was more than 740, something like this at the moment. Yeah. So it's and we started in May. So imagine, and in UK we are starting now. Really, we are starting now with the 3 weeks with the Zoom. So I think we need to give a little bit more time. And sure, the situation is a little bit more comfortable here than in other places. So that's why the people is reacting more in other areas. But here there is a lot of people that know their own rights. A difference between other countries that they know they have to defend their rights, and that's why there was millions in London every Saturday in Trafalgar Square.
Yeah.
Right. So there is always millions because the people have this conscience. But now we have to do the actions, not only protest, because protest is the system is ready to the protest. It's not ready for consciousness. Protest.
They take in energy from protest.
Exactly. What is the meaning of the word protest? Pro is in favor. Yeah. Test, for example, in Italian, protesta. Testa means head. Yes. So in favor of the head. Who is the head? Them, not us. So we are reacting to the head. So we are acting in pro of the head. So at the end, it's against us. So we don't have to do protest. Yeah, it's okay. So, but what they know that the people is, charge all this angry, all this stuff, then go to the protest, then go home for 2 months, everybody's okay.
Nothing happens.
Exactly. So if you don't do the protest, and if you use the brain, you organize each other, you do the legal stuff, and you say, this legal limit you don't cross, and then put another limit you don't cross, and then put another you don't cross. This is the real stuff. This is the real consciousness. Yes. And they are not ready for that. They cannot stop this. That is our job.
Tell me when you're planning to send all these documents in which day?
No, I don't know. We have to arrange. We have to arrange each other. We have to arrange.
Yeah.
Find each other. We need. I think we need to to concentrate more people and then decide together. Yeah. I think this is the way. To have the we is mind to do it. That's the main. Yeah. I saw Beata with the hand up. Beata.
Yeah, I have two questions actually to
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
The one, because we sent already both emails, the first and the second, to the government, to the police, to the court, to the Vatican, everywhere. And I just wonder if we can take part in the action you will be doing in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think if you have to do actions, if you have to do stuff, I think it's good to send the documents. For example, I'm at the moment in UK, because I'm in UK, I'm using the common law court, for example, for claiming the ownership of the car, because they already have the stuff. So I use this, you know. So we have to use anything we can. And I'm thinking to wait for the, you know, for the global, and then go together. So sure, you can join us, absolutely. But this is my individual mindset, you know.
Yeah. And the second question, that's from your point of view about the military order, because of if somebody is harassed by some companies, can we are able to use the military order? Like I hear the answer from the one lady, like we always, this is one answer, just send the military order to Trump and to Americans base, but I couldn't see that working because of we did this already and nothing's happened. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I think
maybe the communication.
yeah. We are. I think the first part is a communication one. So the communication is sure. We nothing will happen because we are informing. You know, we are informing that we know. That's the thing. That is the first part. But sure, the problem is that as before, what happens? The sovereign people, the old movement, the people inform, they do this baptism, unbaptism, I don't know how to call it. They communicate to the system that they are not this legal fiction. They do all the stuff, and then what they do, the system don't do nothing, and these people have to go away from the system. They go to live off grid, or they go into community, or they organize their own business. Sure, they don't pay taxes and anything, but at the same time, they don't use the system. Yeah, if they need the hospital, okay, in United States, in specifically, everything is private, so they don't give you anything at the end. But in other places, in Europe or South America, if you go to the hospital, they treat you anyway, you know? And also because you are a living man, you have to be treated, you know, that they cannot to say, no, you cannot. But also because of the doctors supposedly make an oath, you know, so they supposedly save the people, whatever, in any situation, not because they have to receive money, but yeah. But this is what happened before. So now, what happens? The system knows, and they can have two choices. You stop to do anything the system pretends from you, and they will start to communicate with you and say, you are not paying this, you are not paying that. And then you communicate with them all the time, and then you stop. You know, Cristiano is doing this kind of thing, you know? And at some point, they will stop to pretend, for example, the council tax, you know? So he don't pay, they say you have to pay, he communicate to them, I'm a living man, I'm not allowed to pay, and at the end they stop it, and that's it. Nothing else happened. Okay, but they don't do anything. If they do something, this is against them. So this is the first part. But we are preparing. I don't know if telling it now, but in South America, with the mortgage documents we were creating in South America and Spain, we are preparing a process to make it, to activate, to do the active parts, to turn back the system. Yes. So it's a complex thing. So I will not explain now, but the thing is, the next process we are developing with the self-sovereign people is to make an action that we decide one minister or one individual person in the government, and we create a contract with him, and we say, you are doing this, this, and that. So if you don't stop to do this, we will apply the law, all the laws, not only natural law, any jurisdiction. So that's why we are developing the other instrument, because sure, OPPT happens in 2012, 2013, and at the reply of the system, which was the reply? Trying to create a new legal fiction, you know? So that's why, for example, I don't know in here in Europe, but for example, in Argentina, the people who got the vaccine, they have a citizenship number, new one. And it's probably that they will start to use this for the document instead of the old ones, you know? And in Europe, for example, in Spain, in August, they decided that any document is expired. Any document in August, they decided that any document is expired. So who will do the new one? The European Union. So not anymore and they decided in June, and in August finish. So this is not normal, you know. So they trying to create the new legal fiction, and the people who are still sleeping, they accept the legal fiction, and that's it. So yes, there is a reply. There is a reply, but it's not it's a systemic reply. All this, what is happening, is a reply. Imagine that in 2013, in July, the Pope make a letter that calls motu proprio, that I wrote the article, and when I go to the Vatican website to find the letter, there is only one page of the letter, and the other part is missing. But basically, he said, I'm still the owner of the world. You know, why? Strangely, could be a reply to the OPPT action, you know?
That was probably because of people was awake enough, and people make the first and the last step actually for them, and they was left without choice. That's what he must to do this anyway on this time, you know. That's my reflection about that.
You know,
However,
but what I mean
have,
is
what do we have to respond?
Sorry, they reply in somehow. They
Yeah.
not well, they reply somehow, but we will not see a real action. How we can see the action? If every one of us stop to believe that this system exists and create a new one. This is the only way to get an action. And to do this, maybe we have to activate a process to slowly unbuild the system. So that's what we are creating now with few other documents. It's not only about OPPT, because OPPT, yes, is powerful, but we need to add more. Yes, so that we are doing. Christina, sorry, what you said?
That's what I was saying. Do we have to reply to the Pope's action?
Yeah, with this I discovered a few months ago about this stuff, but the reply is applying the OPPT documents, because the OPPT document was made in between 2013 and 2012. He at the end of this process, he made his own letter. So it's like these trustees make their own declaration. The Pope made his own declaration, but at the end, really, nothing happened from one side or for the other, you know? But because the system, the energy is finishing, and there is much more people that don't accept, even if they don't know what to do, they don't know legal stuff, but the energy is not consenting what they are doing. It's finished, all this, yes? So now we know there is the OPPT action, so any one of us activate the OPPT action, but this is the starting, it's not the arrival point. That's what we have to understand also. OPPT action is the starting, yes? We don't do OPPT, that's it, I done. No, OPPT is the starting. Then we have to do all the stuff.
We can create law, yeah?
exactly. We can create everything. We are creating. Yeah, we don't need to create the law because we need just to apply natural law. But to apply natural law, we need to know their law and say, because of this law, because I can explain the concept of what the system we are start to applying, for example, for the mortgages, and part of the system they tell us how to do it also. That's what the impressive thing. So we make a contract, you know.
I think sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
I think the good is also because still on a government page in the UK, you can find the QV, and it's actually clearly write down like, if you are aware you've been in this position and you back from the sea, like you are able to get the compensation and to be free. Yeah. That's maybe the very short version, but that's what surprised me. Like a few months ago, like I find this on the exactly government page.
So what? Yeah, they tell you. So for example, the UK people, we can study this, and we can add to the OPPT action. We can add, for example, the claim for the compensation. For example, you know, so we can study this in the people who is living here and say, listen, because everything is a fraud, and you said that I can claim for compensation, I want the compensation, pay for it, you know? So we can study this, but this, sure, this is applying in UK. Why? Because there is the Carta Magna, that there is four points that still accepted. There is the common law court that is working. There is the two systems that is considered valid in UK, you know. So because of that, in UK is a special place, you know, for this.
That's why it surprised me, because it's so many tools to use by the free being people, but they not aware of that. They like to be the sheep with the blind.
Yeah, but they don't know. They don't know what it means. Even the Sestuikevi Act, you know, they don't know what it means. So sure, we can take this and say, because you decide, you said that you will pay the compensation for that. We tell you that we come back from the sea and we want the compensation. Yeah, but sure, not the people in the other countries. They are not able to do. And also imagine that Washington DC is inside is under the jurisdiction of the City of London. The City of London is under the jurisdiction of Washington DC, of the Vatican City. Sorry, the Vatican City at the same time is record under the Security and Exchange Commission. So everything is turning around, you know.
Yeah, but you know what? I heard like QV is actually valid on all the world, all around.
Yes, but any country they put the because they created in the City of London. Surely there is the knowledge here about it. There is some people who know about it even from before, and there is some people who already don't say anything, and they say, "Okay, I'm out. Give me back the money," and that's it. You know, but it's not people who want to share this information to the humanity, just saving themselves, and that's it, you know. But sure, if we start to do it in UK, probably we will be able to claim for that in the rest of the world too, you know. So the people who is here have to study this, I think, you know. So
yeah, I agree
anyone in the place where they are have a specific mission, I think. So for example, our mission in UK is to study this and understand really, really deep and see what we can do with that, you know? So this is one side. But for example, the other process we are creating is to use all the things that that exist in the system and move against them. Yes. So how to do this? We create a contract, you know? A contract that if they don't reply to the contract is valid anyway. Yeah, this is the concept. Then we send 3 times. They don't reply. Okay. Then we send it calls a default letter in English, yes? Default letter, and we say, yeah, because you didn't, you accepted this contract from this law, from the lower law that they have, now we are applying the contract law. Yes, we are not applying natural law. We are applying the contract law, but we are in the position of the natural law. So we are the living men. And from this status, we are creating a contract with you. And because you don't apply this contract, okay, I remind you that all this law protects anyone who is applying for a contract. If they still don't reply to this, we do another letter. It's a notary letter in English, notarious letter, that we send the final stuff. And with these 3 documents, we can go to the prosecutor, extrajudiciary, you know, outside of any case, because he's applying the law of the contract, and say, okay, send the police to this minister because he's applying this stuff. We send a contract to him, and because he didn't reply, he didn't refuse the contract, this contract is valid, so he had to apply. And at the 3rd point, because the law of the contract, this guy will be in jail. That's it. Simple, you know? Sure, we are using the system, but we are using all the jurisdiction, but we are putting ourselves in the position of the living men. Yes?
Yeah, our tools we're using against them.
Exactly. But if we only focus in the OPPT action, we will not be able to do that, because OPPT is the starting point. It's not the ending point. Remember that for anyone. I want to say to everyone who is on YouTube listening.
The more knowledge we have, the more conscious we are, and the better we will be living, actually.
Exactly.
And then, you know, the more, how to say, I lost the word anyway, but yeah, the better will be for all the world, actually.
Exactly. So that's why yes, we don't have to set or imagine that we apply OPPT and we can do everything with that. Yeah, we can do stuff. Yes, it's a starting point, but we don't have to finish there. We don't have to just only courtesy notice and affidavit. Yes, this is powerful, but we have to use everything. So if we are in a war, you know, these people is using the missile, the machine gun, airplanes, everything, and we have everything there, and we decide to go with the pistol, you know. So don't have any sense. So we are doing this. We have OPPT, it's powerful, but we have to use everything what we have. So we have to apply this. So we have to know the little tricks and use it against them. So that's why we found this way. We found this process. We are at the moment studying the application in Spain and South America with the mortgages, and we will transfer this because we have already a huge group of self-sovereign people to applying in specific situation in the government. So, or maybe we have to decide yet, we don't know. But, you know, we have to point some specific politician or specific people in some specific place, create a specific document, like it's a contract and something that he's doing against the population, to stop it. And if he don't stop, we continue with the process. And then because of the law of the contract, they have to apply everywhere. You have to apply, you know. Sure, we did stuff in court also already in South America. For example, we stopped it for a shop to take it away the children from a lady. We stopped it. We did few stuff, but we are stopping the system. Now this process is to use the system in our favor, you know, to turn down, to apply what the military order said, turn back and stop. So, okay, it says in the military order, it's an order, but it's not, there's not obligation to apply. So we had to invent it, the way to create the obligation. So we invented already, there is. So now we have to spread this knowledge, see really if it works, you know, and then transfer in Italian, in English, in Polish, in any language, and apply. And more people start to claim for their rights and using the system in their favor. We will start to, you know, taking away parts and demolishing slowly, you know. But at the same time, it's a consciousness job. It's not only legal stuff, because more consciousness we have, more we will be able to claim for what is right for the living man, for the eternal soul in on the land, on the earth, you know.
That's the main thing, Alejandro.
Exactly.
So what I can add, I'm I'm listening to all this stuff you are talking about, but I'm not sure if this military order is necessary or not. I'm not telling is something wrong, but the main thing what we can do, we have the power of our consciousness and love, and this is the most thing they are afraid of, because
Exactly.
we don't have money for the military to pay the military to take the action. We
don't need to use the money. We can use the system, because yes, the military order says that. So we created the process who is coherent with saying the military order, but because the system is there, and the police, the military, everybody make an oath. For example, the prosecutor makes an oath to apply the law. So they cannot to say, I will not apply the contract law, because it's a law. They have to apply. Because of the oath, the police, they make an oath to protect and serve. The military also. So we don't need to pay them, because even the system comes from us, you know? Everything is there because we support with our own energy. So we are already paying that. That's why we have to use it. And if we use with the knowledge, with the intelligence, we can turn back the situation and slowly demolish the thing. I know it's a weird process, seems. we created in the last months, you know, we got also a little witch blowing from a prosecutor that explained us exactly how to do to him to make in action the law. So I don't talk because I imagine, we talk because the prosecutor explained one of us what he needs to do this to apply the contract law. Exactly, how he can take the action, you know?
Right, okay.
Yeah, so that's the key point. So that is what is missing probably in the OPPT documents. That yeah, that's why I tell you the OPPT is the starting point. Yes, and also is a starting point for the consciousness, and the consciousness never stops. So this we have to continue to go with this. But at the same time,
for some people, the OPPT start the conscious, but some people they already have the consciousness.
Exactly. Yeah. The conscious never stop. Some people wake up because not of the OPPT, but because of the virus, you know, or the pandemic. But but they discover to have a consciousness, you know, and say, "Fuck, I have a consciousness! Wow, incredible!"
Yes.
You know, and that's right. It's good. It's good because
this is for another thing. The system is for something. This is not like if we will talk just to, you know, the system is something bad and we hate that, etc. It's not good for us, because we need to accept that, take the lesson from what is happening, and go above this with our consciousness. This is our lesson to you know, to learn.
Yeah, the system is a shadow part of ourselves that we never give light, you know, because who cares about the law? There is people, we give to them the responsibility to do that. You are caring about your rights? No, there is people, there is the lawyer, there is this, there is that, so they have to take care about the law. So we put it in the shadow, we leave it there, and we never take responsibility for this. So it's our responsibility to take care about everything. So it's not bad. They are doing their job. They was doing a nice job. Yes, because sure, the level of consciousness we used to have until now.
We need to bring the light and the love to the
exactly. Yeah, and these people also they want to apply the good stuff. So for sure, the prosecutor, when he explained us the stuff, he was impressed that there was people trying to understand the law, to apply the law, and to say we want to apply the real law. And we are talking in South America and Argentina, the Wild West, you know. You know, and this guy was impressed and say, yes, I'm happy if I can claim your rights to a director of the bank. For sure, I'm happy if I can help you to claim your rights against these people who is abusing everything, making fraud and legally fraud, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why I think in the system also there is people who is valid, and who if we start to do this stuff, they will put in our side, and yes, and will this is the thing we have to do. This is the you know, and sure, I'm not also angry with the people who wake up just because it was a virus, because if you know Pinocchio, I don't know how you say in English, Pinocchio, I'll say the history of Pinocchio, no? There is a moment where they go to a Pinocchio, yeah, they go, yeah, I don't know in English, they say Pinocchio or something like that. And when they he goes to a place like a kind of Luna Park, you know. La terra dei balocchi, no? So everything is distraction, everything. So this is the same here. We come here and we are distracted about a lot of things around. So everything is nice and everything is interesting. Everything is so we get distracted from this. We get attracted from this, and we start to forget about the other stuff. And sure, then you get a slap like a virus. You say, "Oh fuck, I have a conscience." Yes, what I was doing. I was just following these lights, color lights, and that's it, you know? Okay, now I just get back to my center and I start to act. Yes, so a lot of people is coming back from sleeping, and they needed that. And that's right. And everything is perfect at the end. So we are in the process inside, passing through. So it's difficult, but it's perfect. We are here for that. We came here for that.
The most important is winning to battle after battle after battle with the system. This is important.
Yeah, but the system is inside your head. First, win your head, and then you win yourself. You know, win yourself, and then.
Yeah. This is important, yeah.
Then the system will reflect your winnings. So if you win yourself, that the system will fall. Just will accept. That's it. Because if you win the system inside yourself, that's it. And that's a real point. And that is the knowledge. That is the knowledge forbidden. You know, the knowledge undercover.
Yeah.
But we have to give life to this. So we are getting 2 hours and a half.
So the system was building many years, and we have to spend as well a little bit more time to win with them.
Exactly. Yeah. Imagine how much patience they had for use hundreds or even thousands of years to arrive to this point. And sure, we cannot destroy it like this, you know.
Exactly. Exactly.
So it will take time. Sure, it will not take hundreds. Yeah.
No, we need less, much less.
Before the virus, I was imagining that would never happen, really, because I was already talking about this, and anyone I talk, they just open their eyes and say, "You are crazy. You are okay," or they listen to me, and they say, "Yeah, I didn't understand anything you said." You know.
This is the breaking point. The virus,
Exactly.
the pandemic. This is the breaking point. I'm already
Exactly.
talking to people. They shoot their own food.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yes, that's. But they are doing their job. They are doing a good job. You know, because anything they do, more people wake up.
I just wonder how you can talk so long, Alejandro, and you not even took one drink, one sip. I couldn't. Oh, you see?
I drink. It's not too much, really. I used to talk more. As to Mauricio, the Mondays. Yes, it's energy. I'm trying to be tramit of the energy of you also. Your energy also helps me. So the sharing energy.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, we should to do this. We should to do this, and how to say, show everybody that's possible. You know, even the 5 people, even the 10 people, we can do lots of things and just carry on that way and think positive, be happy. And that's it. Go to the forest, get some stuff for your own use.
What I can do add, Beata, to this, you know, I am not religious, but I'm always repeating the Jesus words. So Jesus said, when is few of us together, there is the consciousness of me in there. And if you understand that Jesus, what he was saying to us, this is, he brought us the way how to break the system. They're using the Jesus to use the Jesus to make the Christianity religion, but it's all fake what they doing with his you know
character. His character.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is all fake, but
yeah, they put the truth but a lot of lie around.
Yes, they put the truth, but they twist that truth a little bit.
Exactly.
And then it's not truth anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But so we can get a lot of knowledge from there, but we now we are able to, you know, to discriminate the difference between what is true and what is not. We can resonate with the real truth. We are able to, you know, to feel what give us, you know. So we are taking away all this knowledge from anywhere because it's there. So this is a moment, you know. This is as you said, the breaking point.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I want to say that we express a lot. I will say, okay, hello, Cristiano. We say your name a lot of times here. Leticia, Lady, Sergio. So I will, if you feel happy today, I will close.
Thank you very much. That was very interesting.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Alejandro.
Counselors, and we are start to be a very energy family.
Yes, absolutely. So we need to
Connected.
to connect others and, you know, start to build, you know, the process. So sure, we are connected with all the world. This is a wave that coming from from so everywhere. So the universe, we can say the consciousness is changing,
Yes,
and it's not
consciousness will rise.
exactly. It's not possible to stop. It's not possible to stop. So everybody will move to the new way of living, and we have the opportunity to create it. We have the opportunity to create what
because we are the creators.
Exactly. But with the consciousness, instead of create for others, we create for us, for all of us, all together.
Yeah, can I say something?
Yes, please.
There's a lot of echo, sorry. I'm in a big room here. And what I'm struggling with recently, well, hello to everyone, is that people around me are constantly saying that bad things are going to happen. I don't know if it happens to you as well, but I'm surrounded with people who call themselves woke or conscious people, but they keep telling that these dark things are going to happen and the economy is going to crash and
don't listen to them.
Yeah, I keep telling them that we create reality every second, every instant. Reality is being created, and some say that each three heartbeats, reality is created. I don't know if you heard this theory, but it's very interesting. So everything is being organized constantly. So there is not only one reality. Some of my friends tell me, Leticia, but there is a reality. You have to open your eyes. You don't know what's happening. And I tell them there are several realities, and
yes,
there's not only one.
There is like many levels that really.
Yes, and the people are living today at this very instant, very different realities. And to say that there is only one and there is a dark one, I think is very short-minded statement. But I think that some people can only see that. They do not realize that there are economists and psychologists and sociologists being paid to go on TV and even on social media and groups of conscious people to say those things. And that by sharing those news and saying that like as if they are going to happen, we are creating the reality. People around me, most people do not see that, but I have accepted that.
We talked in the South American a lot of times about this. For example, with the apagón, how it says in English, the
cyber polygon,
the break of the internet and whatever. And I remember that when it started to talk in South America about this, that in Europe they didn't talk too much. And I say, listen, don't put the energy. You can know that they are thinking to do that. Okay? They send the message for us to create it. But you have to ask to these people, what do you want to happen? What do you want to happen?
Why do you do that?
Yeah, no, but I said to these
people
who
ourselves what we want to happen.
Yeah, but to the people who tell to you, Leticia, that, to the people say, this is reality. It says, no, you are creating. You want this reality? Yes, go for this timeline because I go for another timeline. It's no problem. Your reality.
I told them. Yes, I explained to them that reality is an intelligent quantum field, right? So there is a possibility there blinking that there might be an economic crash, like in the Depression 1929. That is one possibility blinking there. But if many of us put our energy there, our attention, that's what makes the materializes or manifests in the 3D world. And I was talking about that in a group of friends on WhatsApp. And they started thinking, because I don't think they really know what is reality and the nature of the universe and that.
Yes.
And well,
Yes.
you have to be patient and explain to them with love and kindness, but it gets tiring.
Yeah,
Okay.
and also another thing is why put bad feelings in something? Because yes, we know that this economy have to arrive to an end. Yes, so it's all right. We have to create a new one. That's it. You know. So if we have fear of this, we put this emotion. You know that everything is about the emotion we put. So we may know what they said they want to do, but they cannot to do because they want we do. So they put this in our mind, and we said, okay, I don't put this emotion, so I'm focusing in what I want to create. I want to create a new economy. Okay, you talk about economy, yeah, I will create a new economy. You talk about internet. Okay, I will create a new internet. For example, today I saw. Maybe I put it in the English group also, or I don't know where. I'm getting information from everywhere. I saw this internet system calls. Tell you just it calls Briar project. It's from Tor. So it's another way, another system to communicate without using the main internet. So, okay, if they close internet, I don't use Facebook. I use just for business. But if they close Facebook, okay, don't worry. If they close Telegram, okay, we have Briar. If they close, or if not, we use the phone, or if not, we go to the to the square and we talk each other and we organize in like it used to be. So whatever they do, it will be good for us. So we have to put the energy that will be something that is part of what we need to do. And sure, these people who is maybe arriving to this point, they will also realize this. And so it's finishing. So anything they do is in our favor. Anything they do. Sure, there is a kind of momentum still, you know. But I think we have to start to focus in what we want. So you can say to these people, what do you want to create? You are creating the reality. That's it. Come out with this. This is reality. No. The
Yes.
reality exists because you create it. So what do you want to create? You want to create a cyber attack? Okay, create it. I will not create it, so I go to another direction. So you go to the cyber attack and have fun. Have fun there.
Yeah. And as you said, Ale, everything that they come up with, every problem that they put here, there is a solution emerging
Yes.
at the same time. So we are living in wonderful times, I think.
Yes.
We have to conquer the fear.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Ourselves. We have to conquer ourselves, as we said before. And from there, everything goes. So thank you, Leticia, for your sharing. And if nobody else wants to share something else, I will say thank you to anyone. And we close. To don't make it too long like this. If somebody else wants to see, they can see and say, oh, 3 hours of video.
Thank you, Alejandro.
Thank you all.
Thank you,
Thank you
Alejandro,
all.
so much
Bye.
for your session.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ale. Thank you, everyone.
See you next Wednesday for whoever can, and I will be here. So thank you,
next
everyone.
week. Yeah.
Next Wednesday.
Thank you.
When will be next meeting?
Sorry.
When will be next meeting?
Always next Wednesday, 7:30 UK.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Same links.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Gracias.
Bye.
Chao, chao. Chao, chao.
Bye. Ciao.
Bye,
Ciao,
bye.
ciao.
Chao, chao.
Ciao. Ciao.